Brought all the pieces out to the beach today. There's 2-inch square tubing, which is modeling a 1-foot cube, beam, and the floats are 8 inches diameter, which is modeling 48 inches. So everything's 1/6 scale. All the lengths and weights, weights are the cube of that. So we just lifted it up, pulled it down into the water, and took it out to a mooring and tied it to the mooring. Okay, at first it's not really as heavy as it's supposed to be, and this was without any flopper stopper. But it's still reasonably stable. There's a thing in the center which has a little bit of sand, but not as much as it needed. That was made from the bottom of a 55-gallon barrel. I think the waves are mostly between 6 inches and a foot here. So that's modeling between 3 feet and 6 feet. Just sort of Caribbean, normal waves. Okay, now this is with the flopper stopper underneath. So those 4 ropes are now straight and tight, going down to the flopper stopper in the center. I want to try it with little flopper stoppers under each of the 4 floats, but those aren't here yet. Probably in another week or 2. So it's still a little high, so the next thing is we added some more weight. And then also 2 of the floats on the right and the far left are a little too high compared to the other 2. So we shortened the chains on those. The flopper stopper helps. Okay, so this is with more weight and all the floats closer to the right height. We just put more sand in the center there. And the flopper stopper is still underneath. The video is slowed by a factor of 2. You're supposed to slow it by the square root of the scaling factor, but with 6, that's like 2.6 or something. Anyway, we can slow it by 2.4 or whatever. Anyway, we slowed it by 2 because that was the closest option. So really this should be a little bit slower in the real time. If you look at it though, the full scale, that square is going to be like 27 feet on a side, and those beams a foot thick, and it's tipping by a foot or 2 sort of out of 27 feet. So it's not a lot of tilt. I think you could be a fairly old person and still stand up on this thing without too much risk of falling down. So I think that a lot of the market for this sort of thing is going to be older couples. So I want it to be stable and easy to use and all that. And so solar powered. So, electric, solar, batteries, electric motors, keeps it all fairly easy. You don't need to be a diesel mechanic. So we're going to try putting electric motors on here and solar panels and batteries and see if we can't get it to motor around by itself. I think we have enough extra capacity to hold the motors and the batteries and the solar panels. The really cool thing about this is that all the pieces fit inside a 40-foot container. So the reason these things are, the floats are 4 feet across, is because I can put 2 of them next to each other in a container, and they're 3 feet long because I can put 2 end to end at 19 feet inside a 40-foot container. And the beams, the legs going down are all, so they're like 6.5 feet here, which is like 38.5 feet in the full scale. So everything, we're basically testing out a design that fits into a container nicely. And I think it works very well. So I think we're going to keep going forward with this. I somewhat like if the thing is moving, it would be better if the floats were more like a wing shape than just a round cylinder. And so I may make some foam that's more wing-like shape. But it's a pretty good start.